الحمد لله.
ايه الأخبار؟
الحمد لله.
ماشي يا حبيبي. يلا نبتدي.
ايه
We talked last session about types of environment and the difference between environment and habitats, and that each environment has its own condition and the type of living organisms or living things that can live in these.
what الصوت بس كان قاعد بيقرب.
تمام. In the environment, each environment
Okay.
has its own condition. سامعاني يا صبا؟
Okay, yes.
Yes, it has its own condition, and different types of living thing can live in the environment that fits their features. Like the animals that live in desert can survive in the desert, in the conditions of the desert, like a lake of water, high temperature, the type of the sandy environment. So each environment has its own type of living things that can live in it. And we talked about food chain is that it's a model that show that living things can eat each other, and and there are types of living thing, which is the plant can make its own food. Only the plants can make their own food, and the other living thing get their energy or their food by eating each other. And these arrows means that this animal eat this animal and this one eat this one. So they get their energy or their food from eating each other, except the plant only can make its own food. And we talked about that the habitat provide the living things with their needs, like food, like air, like shelter, like the condition that they want to live, the place where they can give their offspring. So the habitat provide the living things in it with their needs. And we have talked about that the ocean is a type of an environment. It contains different types of habitat inside it, like a coral reefs called habitat, and the ocean floor is another habitat. And each habitat has its own living thing. انت معايا يا صبا؟ سامعاني ولا النت رايح؟ تمام معايا؟
لا
معايا بس اوكي.
أيوة.
Today وكمان لا اتكلمنا تمام. We talked about ecologists, and that ecologists use their information and their studies and learning to protect the environment around us, and they help to educate people to how they save the environment around them. We have examples on the ecologists all over the world. We talked about these 4 ecologists and what they do to their environment. Yes, okay. Today we will talk about identification key. Identification key is a way that we use, or the scientists and ecologists use, to identify. To identify means that I will give a name to something. I have something that I don't know its name or their feature. So I will start to sort them in groups. I want to sort them to groups. So I use these identification keys to sort these things to different groups. So I will sort them according to the similarities they have and the differences between them. If they are similar, I will put them in the same group. If they are different, I will put them in different groups. Okay, Saba? So identification means to identify similarities and differences between things that I want to sort. Okay? We use it to identify, as an example, the types of the plants. I have a group of plants. I want to identify them, then to sort them according to their similarities. So the similarities is the feature or the property that I will sort these plants according to. Okay? So we look for
Okay.
a thing, we look for a thing or a feature, a certain feature to sort these plants according to. We have steps. These steps containing a yes or no question. What the meaning of yes or no? I ask a question, its answer is yes or no only. I haven't third answer. Only yes or no. As this question. Is you a boy or a girl? Is you a girl? هتقولي لي yes. You will see yes, I am girl. Yes. No, I am not a girl. Only this is the answer is yes or no. There is no another or third answer. This is called yes or no question. We use in the identification key. So here scientists such as ecologists often need to find out the names of different plants and animals. They want to know the types and the names of plants and animals in the nature around them. So they use the identification key. To do this, they use an identification key. This key helps them to identify and sort plants and animals quickly and easily. It makes it easy to differentiate between different types to use the identification key. You may have used an identification key before when you sorting animal into groups. When we sort animal into group, we use the identification key as we will see in the bill. Okay, an identification key is a way of sorting things into smaller and smaller groups until there is only one thing in the group. It allows me to sort a group of living organisms into a smaller group. Then I ask another question. It let me to form another smaller group. Then I ask another question. It gives me a smaller and smaller group, and so on, until I end all the animals that I have, or all the plants that I am sorting. And identifying and classifying inquiry is when you try to find the name or identify of something. As we said, in identifying and classifying is to try to find names for the animals or for the plants that we have, and to classify them to groups according to the similarities between them or the differences between them. طب انت معايا؟
أيوة.
Okay. It's called identify and classify inquiry. We will have an example. These animals here, we want to identify and classify them. This is the way that we use the identification key, by asking some questions. The first question that I ask is, do it have wings? The animal that I want to sort, does it have wings? If I say yes, okay, then it's another group here, the group of animals that have wings and have feathers. If I say no, I go to this group, so I will ask another question until I know the animal that have this feature. Okay, so the first question is, does it have wings? We say yes. Okay, after we say yes, we have a smaller groups of animals that have only wings. Here, we ask, does it have wings?
Yes.
Which animal have wings in this animal?
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly, and what else?
And parrot.
Parrot, yes.
And
So
parrot.
I exclude a crocodile, snail, tiger, sardine. They are not in the group of animals that have wings. Here, I want only the animals that have wings. So I choose dragonfly and bird only. They are only the animals that have wings. So I make a smaller groups from this animal. Smaller group which contain bird and the dragonfly only. Okay, so we said yes, it has wings. Like, what the next question? Does it have feather? Does the animals that I'm talking about and have wings have feather? I will see dragonfly and bird. Which of them have feather?
Parrot.
Parrot, yes. So I make a smaller group The first small group contain birds and the dragonfly. When I want to ask if it has feather or no, so I make another smaller group containing only the bird. Okay, so if I say yes, so it's A. A here is the bird. Okay, if I said no, it has no feather, so I will choose what?
Does it have what?
I will choose what has no feather, has wings, but has no feather.
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly, very good. So here we sort these animals and make from them a smaller groups. The first group was all these animals, all these 6 animals, the first group. So I asked the question, does it have wings? I said yes. So I made a smaller group containing only animals that have wings like dragonfly and then bird. After I make a smaller groups consists of parrot here and dragonfly, then I ask another question here. Does it have feather? If I said yes, the group of dragonfly and parrot, I will make from it another subgroup or another smaller group containing only the animal that has wings and feather, which is the bird. Okay, so I identified and sort this animal in the group which has wings and feather. It's called bird. Like if my answer was no, it has no feather, so I will choose this animal which is called dragonfly and make it in a group itself alone of the animals that have wings and has no feather, which is called dragonfly. Okay, Sabah?
Okay.
Okay, you understand this?
Yes.
معلش بعتذر، انا بس ايه عندي كحة عيان شوية، معلش استحمليني.
ماشي.
اوكي.
اوكي.
انا بس تمام. طيب هنبتدي. احنا عملنا ايه؟ the first question that we asked is does it have wings? We take the first way and said yes and make 2 subgroups for the bird and the dragonfly. If the answer of the question is no, so we will make another groups of animals that have no wings. So we said no. This group containing the snail, the crocodile, the tiger, and sardine. All these 4 animals have no wings. Is it true?
All have no wings?
Yes.
No.
The group, no, they have wings?
No.
No, they have no wings.
They don't have wings.
Yeah, بالظبط.
Yes, they don't have wings.
They have no wings. So here is a group called animals that have no wings, which are snail, crocodile, tiger, and sardines. So, okay, so I will ask another question. Does it have fur? Does this animal which have no wings have fur? Which animal have no
Yes.
wings and have fur? Which animal?
Tiger.
Tigers, yes. So I make here another subgroup of animals that have no wing and have fur. Here, C. So C here is what? Is a tiger.
Tiger.
So the first group of the animals that have no wings was snail, crocodile, tiger, and sardines. So I asked another question: if this animal have fur? If the answer is yes, so I make another subgroup of animals that have no wings and have fur, which is called tiger. If the answer is no, it has no fur, so I have 3 remaining animals, which is a snail, crocodile, and sardine. They are the remaining animals that I have. I will ask another question. Does it have a shell? Does this animal, the remaining animals, have a shell? Which one have a shell, Sabah?
Snail.
Snail. If I said yes, if my answer was yes, so I make the smallest group of the animal has no wings, has no fur, and has a shell. It's called snail. Snail, yes. Stop. If my answer is no, it has no shell, which is the remaining animal have no wings, have no fur, have no shell? What are the remaining animal with these features?
crocodile,
Yes,
crocodile, and sardine.
sardines. Very good. So here I
Hello?
have. أيوة أنا سامعاكي يا صبا.
أرسلك إن كنت سامعة.
سامعاني دلوقتي؟
أيوة.
تمام. So here in this group, the group of animals that have no wings, have no fur, have no shell, I have sardines and crocodile. So I will ask the last question to differentiate between sardine and crocodile. What is this question? Does it have fins? Is this animal have fin? If the answer is yes, so I have sardine. Sardine is a fish and the fish have fins.
Yes.
So here I will make the smallest group of animals have no wings, have no fur, have no shell, but it has fins. So I will choose this animal, which is sardine. But if my answer for this question is no, so I am searching for animals that have no wings, have no fur, have no shell, have no fins. So it's what? It's the crocodile. Have no wings, have no fur, have no shell, have no fins. So here I make a classification for these animals according to their features or according to their appearance, their body, the appearance of their body. If they have feather, have fur, have wings, have fins, have shell, all these features are in the appearance of these animals, in their bodies. Okay? So this sorting was according to the appearance of the animal. This is
Okay.
called identification key. Is it easy? فهمتيها كويس تمام؟
Yes.
Yes. So,
أيوة.
okay. طيب, the use of the identification keys. Scientists use identification keys to classify and identify plants or parts of the plants, as well as to identify and as we identified and sort the animal in the previous page. We use the identification key and the yes or no question to answer the question and to identify and sort the animals that we have. Scientists use the same way or the same identification key to sort plants and animals. Okay. Identification keys can also be used for things that have never been alive. I can use this key or this way to identify various things and different things. If they are alive, non-alive, never been alive, anything that I want to sort, I can use the same way. Okay, Sabah? Such as material here, things that are never been alive, which is materials like rocks, like plastic, like glass, like anything that have metals. So I can use the same way and the same activity to identify and classify the material around us. Sometimes an identification key is called a classification key. Yani we can name it by identification key or classification key. When scientists want to classify and name something, they ask a question and look at the similarities and the differences. As we do, we ask the question, its answer is yes or no. According to the answers of the question, we do groups or we do sorting and form a new groups that include the animal or the plant with the feature that we are asking about. Okay, Sabah?
Okay.
معايا؟ طيب لو في أي حاجة مش فاهماها وأنا ماشية وقفيني.
أيوة.
أي حاجة مش فاهماها وقفيني قولي لي عيدي
Okay.
تاني أو أنا مش فاهمة. Okay. تمام يبقى scientists want to classify and name something. They ask question and look at the similarities, the things that are the same in these animals. Similarities are the things that are the same, or the features that present in the animal are the same or similar to each other. And the differences between things and the things that they are not the same. They make comparisons. Comparison is to compare between two things about their features. Okay, here in this one, At first, look at the question used in identification key on this page and on page 39. What do you notice about the type of the question and answer? We said that the type of the question is a single choice. I want to choose one answer on. The question is a question of single choice. I will choose yes or no. There isn't a third answer. Only the answer is yes or no. So the question has a single choice, yes or no answer. Okay, Sabah? Okay. Here in this activity, observe the leaves here in the pictures, in the 4 pictures carefully. What similarities and differences can you see between the leaves? They are all different in their shapes. Their shapes are different from each other. I will. Their shapes or their features are different from each other. So we will use identification key or classification key to differentiate between them according to their appearance. The first question, is the leaf round? Is the leaf that we are talking about, is it round? This is a yes or no question. If you say yes,
round.
Round. Which one is round?
Brown.
مش brown. Round.
Round.
Round. Not brown.
Yes.
Round. This word. Round.
Lily pad.
Lily pad. Okay. Where is lily pad in this picture? Can you recognize it?
Lily pad.
Yes. Which picture?
Here. B.
Round.
B.
B is round. Round means circular.
Yes.
Circular. Round means circular.
B is what?
Circular shape. Circular shape. As a
Yes.
circle. Round as a circle.
I know.
Okay, which one? Is this one
Yes, I
round
know.
leaf? Okay, is this round?
A circle is C.
C. Yes. So the
No.
classification
No.
according to that the leaf is round or has a round shape is called lily pad. Which picture is lily pad? Is this one. This one, the leaves here is round. So this is lily
Yes,
pad.
C.
Yes, C. C. برافو. أنا صوتي بعيد ولا بيجي متأخر؟
صوتك كويس.
تمام. بيجي لك متأخر، بيوصل متأخر. أنا حاسة أنت بتجاوبي بعد أنا ما بسأل بشوية كتار قوي.
لا بيجي بسرعة.
تمام. So the first question that we asked here is the leaf is round. If our answer is yes, so we will choose lily pad which has a round shaped leaves. If the answer is no, so we will ask another question. The answer here is no, so we make group of leaves that are not round. Number letter A, letter B, and letter D, they are leaves that are not round. So we will ask another question to make a smaller group or a subgroup. Does it have thin needle shaped leaves? The leaves in the shape of needle?
Yes.
Yes, if our answer is yes, so it will be pine needles. Which one has the pine-shaped needles leaves? Which one has needle-shaped leaves? What?
A.
Good, A. These leaves are in the form of needle-shaped. It seems that it's narrow and thin like the needle. So it's called needle-shaped leaves. So here, if our answer is yes, it's called pine needles, which is the picture of the letter A. So if our answer is no, so we make here another group that contain letter B, leaves in letter B, and leaves in letter D. They are not round in shape and are not needle-shaped leaves. So we exclude them and make another group that contain leaves in the picture letter B and the picture letter D. So we will ask another question, identification key, or another question to know, to differentiate between the leaves in picture B and picture D. It is dark on top and light underneath. The upper surface is darker or green, dark green, and the lower surface is light green. Which of these two pictures has this feature? Dark from the surface and underneath is light color.
D.
D what? D, yes. So the answer is yes. Will it choose D, which is
Olive
olive
D.
leaf? Yes.
D.
So D is the olive leaves, and which is the leaf which is not dark on the top and light underneath. Here is this leaf which is banana leaf. So here we use the identification key to differentiate between these types of leaves of different plants according to their external feature or their color and shape and size. Okay, Sabah?
Okay.
What we have learned now called the identification key. Is it easy?
Yes.
Yes, okay. We will talk about another another topic about the habitats around your school. Ecologists have rules about exploring habitats. We said that ecologists try to learn or educate people about how to deal with the nature around us and how to deal or to treat the living organisms around us, which is animals and the plants. So the rules of the ecologists that they try to educate us it or to learn us these rules is these rules. So they have rules about exploring habitats. These rules keep us and keep living things in the environment safe. If we use these rules keep us safe and keep the living things that present in the habitats and the environment safe. So we have to use these rules when we are exploring the environment around us. The first rule is always treat living things with care. Why with care, Saba? Why we treat living things with care?
Because if we don't treat living things with care, it will cut and it will die.
Maybe it will die. Maybe it's
Yes.
dangerous. Maybe the living thing is dangerous to us. If we treat it hard, it may attack us. Like some
Yes, and
insects, like some
and
insects
we will
and some
hurt.
animals. What?
Yes. And we will hurt.
Yes, yes. So we have to treat living things with care. The second rule, don't damage any habitat. If we damage habitat, we harm the living thing that is living in. If I harm its habitat, it has no it has no home here to live. So I have not to damage any habitat because I will harm the living thing in this habitat. Okay? The third rule, always return animals to their habitat. If I have an experiment and I want to know, as an example, life cycle of a frog, for an example. So I took a frog from its habitat to learn about it, to know about its body, its color, how it looks like, to make a survey or to make an experiment on the frog. After I end my experiment, I have to return this animal to its habitat to continue its life because I don't want to harm this animal. Okay? So if I took any animal from its habitat, I have to return it back to its habitat. This is the third rule. The fourth one, don't touch any plant or animal. They might be poisonous. Some plants that it seems they are cute and they seem they are safe, but it may be poisonous. May be poisonous for us by touching or by eating. So we have not to touch any plant or animal. Some animals are small and seem that they are safe, but they are not safe. They may be sting. They can sting us or stick us like mosquitoes. They can sting us or can bite us or stick us. So may be poisonous or may be dangerous to us. So we have not to touch any plant or animal. Okay, the fifth rule is always wash your hands after looking at a habitat. If you look for habitat and try to explore it, after you end, you have to wash your hands for the hygiene to prevent any pathogen or virus or bacteria from causing to you an illness. So we have to wash our hands to keep ourselves in a better health. اوكي صبا؟
Okay.
سامعاني؟
أيوة.
تمام. The sixth one is be very quiet and still when making observation. When I want to observe a living thing and to observe the way that he lives in its habitat, I have to be quiet. To be quiet because if I am not quiet, I will scare this living thing and it may hide. It may hide from me, so I can't observe what it's doing. So I have to be very quiet and still. Still is to be stable in my place. I don't make a violent movement or a sudden movement. This sudden movement may make a surprise to the living thing and it may hide from me, so I can't observe its lifestyle or the way he is eating, the way he is living in its habitat. So I have to be quiet and still and to observe while I am quiet. Okay, Saba?
Okay.
So these are the 6 rules that the ecologists have to explore any habitat around us or around our school. Okay, here, after we try to explore the environment around our school, go to your favorite habitats in the school grounds, predict what living things might be there. Okay, can you, if you go to the garden of the school or the places around the school, you may find different habitats for living things. He wants from us to observe the habitats using a magnifier. Magnifier is things that we use to make the picture bigger or to make the sight is bigger. Okay, do you know the magnifier?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Okay, can you predict what are the habitats that you may find in the ground of the school or the park of the school?
Plants.
Habitats, yes.
Plants or habitats?
لا, habitats.
Like we have desert.
Okay, maybe grass area. Is there a
Yes.
grass area in your school? Yes, grass area.
Yes.
Is it rocks? Rocks in
A
the
little
school?
bit of rocks.
Okay, holes in the ground, holes.
Yes.
Yes, they are all habitats. The habitat in our ground school may be grass area or or under the rocks or hole in the ground, maybe cracks in the walls. If it is an old wall, it may have cracks or holes in the walls. These are all habitats. What is it like? Is it in the shade or the light? Are these habitats in the shade or in the light, Saba?
Light.
Light. Is it damp or dry?
A little of this and a little of this.
Okay. Can you predict the type of what living things live there in these habitats?
Dogs.
Dogs? Okay.
Yes.
What else?
Some of turtles.
Turtles in your
Rabbits.
school?
Yeah, we have it.
Okay.
Because our school was a hospital. And we take it, yes.
Maybe
Like I said to you, we have desert.
you have desert. Okay. Okay. What
Yes.
نعم؟ بتقولي yes صح؟ تمام. طيب, do you have if the habitat is a hole in the ground, what the living things in this hole?
Rabbits.
Hole, not borrow. Hole for ants. Small hole. You may found ants.
Okay. Okay. Hole.
Ants.
Yes,
You-
and we have
Ants.
of
Okay.
ants.
You may find spiders, beetles.
Yes,
Maybe beetles.
sometimes.
Yes, maybe beetles. Maybe. Is there any trees in the
Yes,
ground?
there's.
Yes, if there is
Yes.
trees, you may find some birds.
Yes, and we have monkeys.
Monkeys?
Yes,
It's not a school, it's a zoo.
we don't know. Because in Saudi Arabia, in my place, we have a lot of monkeys.
Okay. Is they free? Are they free?
What?
Are they free or in
Free?
cage?
Yes, free.
Free?
Yes.
Oh, scary.
The monkeys don't come. They didn't come now. But all these animals that I said to you, they come every day, even when we are not in the school.
Okay. Can you tell me where is the food for these animals?
In the trees.
In the trees. Okay, the birds in the trees. The ants.
They take it from the rocks.
From the rocks or from the food,
Yes.
food particles that fell on the ground, they may take it.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
evidence of animals can you see? What is the evidence that ensure us that the animal are there? If we don't see the animal themselves, what are the evidence that make us sure that the animals are there and present?
Because we see their homes and they always be in the school because there was the homes from 2 years, 3 years ago.
Okay. Here in this activity number 2, use the container to collect invertebrates from your habitat. This activity, which I think is scary activity, you want from you to collect some of these invertebrates. Worms, beetles, snails, another worm. So I think it's disgusting some way or maybe scary to you, but they want
Yes.
to collect these invertebrates. Then observe them using a magnifier. You have to look them using a magnifier. Then record what you see as a diagram. We can see different features in each one of these invertebrates. As an example, this invertebrate has a shell. There isn't another animal that has shell. The snail is the only invertebrate here in this picture have a shell. This invertebrate, as another example, has 6 legs. 3 here and 3 here, 6 legs. And this one can move by rippling movement. There is no invertebrate with wings here. So here we can use the identification key to identify between these invertebrates that we found in our in our school ground. Okay, if we want to make here identification key, what we will ask the first question? What will be the first question? We will begin by this feature.
Yes.
Does it have a shell? It's yes
Does
or
it?
no question. If it is yes, yes. So it is the snail.
Snail.
If it has no shell, so the remaining animal will make them group. These worms with this beetle will form another group. So we will ask another question. Does it have legs?
Yes.
Yes. If we say yes, what we will choose?
The snail, the insect.
What?
The insect.